and we are still lucky to have such a beautiful day for the gathering today. My name is Jerry Spahn with Royce, and I'd like to thank you all for coming out today. I just want to start off with a couple of quick comments. The first one is, we're very excited to be here today working with the Pratt Institute, premier design school in the world, for this event. We chose to unveil this vehicle at this occasion because we choose all of our events very carefully. This is the first time at Rolls-Royce that we've ever unveiled a car outside of a motor show. This is a first for us. So we're excited to do it here with the Pratt. We're excited to do it with all of our guests. We have another first tonight. This is the first time we've live streamed the unveil of a car for Rolls-Royce. Today we have hundreds, thousands, and hopefully by the time we're done, we'll have millions of Rolls-Royce lovers, aficionados, and owners that will be watching and getting to know Rolls-Royce, Wraith inspired by fashion this evening. So we invite you to enjoy the day, to enjoy the beautiful afternoon. And I'd like to introduce Ludwig Leroy with the Pratt Institute. We've been working very closely to pull this event together. Ludwig?
Welcome everyone. I want to tell you all about an exciting week for fashion we've been having. Pratt Institute last night showcased the graduating senior class at our runway show. And what a wonderful way to culminate the week with this unveil with Rolls-Royce. We are thrilled to be working with such a prestigious brand as Rolls-Royce that is unparalleled in the industry, in the design industry, and that can showcase this great and beautiful design. As you know, the unveil will be followed by our Women of Influence panel discussion, which highlights the impact of women in the global fashion industry, which offers a perfect complement to what you're about to see here from Rolls-Royce. And with that, I'm going to leave you with Emma Rickett, who is from Rolls-Royce.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The world of haute couture and bespoke tailoring share a common philosophy with Rolls-Royce motor cars. The world's finest materials combined with master craftsmanship to create luxurious items that push the realms of creativity. Every Rolls-Royce motor car is built by hand at the home of Rolls-Royce, Englandwood. Nestled in the English countryside stands a remarkable building, designed by Sir Nicholas Grimshaw. Here, a team of highly skilled and dedicated craftsmen and women come together to create the best cars in the world. Phantom proudly stands at the pinnacle of super luxury. Sometimes referred to as the tuxedo of the model range, Phantom rolled off the production line for the first time in 2003. Next came Ghost in 2009, akin to a suit. It has rapidly become the business person's conveyance of choice. Finally, in 2013, came the less formal, or perhaps the sports jacket, Wraith, the most powerful Rolls-Royce in history. Designed with more than a hint of noir, Wraith has brought with it a new audience to Rolls-Royce, one consisting of successful, younger, often female entrepreneurs. Over 95% of Wraith owners have bespoke motor cars. Bespoke is something unique to Rolls-Royce. Bespoke is not customization. Our bespoke design team worked tirelessly with owners around the world to create motor cars that enhance an owner's lifestyle. Motor cars that other manufacturers could only dream of. Motor cars that become works of art. Earlier this year, at the New York Auto Show, we presented the first of a three-part series, Wraith inspired by film. The silver hue reminiscent of the silver screen, a motor car suitable for the hero of any film. The third and final part of the series will be unveiled later this year, but today we unveil the latest incarnation of Wraith, the second part in the series. This motor car perfectly fits the surrounds of this fabulous building here in New York, and the Pratt Institute represents one of the most important design schools in the world, providing a very fitting location for this global debut. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in presenting to you Wraith, inspired by fashion. great pleasure to introduce to you one of our very own designers from Rolls-Royce and Goodwood, Michelle Lusby.
Hello everyone, thank you Emma. I think you'll agree what an amazing car this is. Absolutely beautiful. Firstly, I'd like to start by saying what a pleasure it is to be here today to announce this special car to you all. As designers, we take inspiration from many different things around us, but for us, high fashion and the core values of high fashion have a key part in how we create our motor cars. The key philosophy to take the finest materials and handcraft them into the most beautiful and desirable piece of design. Wraith inspired by fashion echoes this beautifully, creating a contemporary and timeless design. What will strike you is the amazing paint finish. Now this has actually been hand polished for 12 hours by our paint technicians based in the home of Rolls-Royce. An absolutely exquisite and perfection on the paint. This is made up of an Andalusian white and an Arctic white two-tone, with a subtle hint of jasmine within the lacquer. As you notice, as you walk around the car, you'll see a highlighted jasmine just catching the light in a subtle way, a really beautifully delicate piece within the car's exterior. Now, jasmine is one of 3 selected colours purely for the Rolls-Royce Wraith. This has become from the idea of fashion and the haute couture colour palettes that you will see on the catwalk today. We have Morella Red and we have Tailored Purple as our other 2 selected colours. You will also notice a feature line running along the length of the car, again picking up on the hint of jasmine. A really nice touch of detail. This has actually been hand-painted by our expert coachline painter, Mr. Mark Court, who famously paints each coachline using the finest squirrel hair brush. An absolutely amazing attention to detail. Some people say he has the most exquisite and stressful job in Rolls-Royce. Now, if we look at the interior, ladies, thank you. Of course, the coach doors, which are iconic for Rolls-Royce. What will first strike you is the beautifully monochromatic colour palette. Here we've specifically chosen monochromatic colours to be timeless yet contemporary and fit with fashion perfectly. Black and white, of course, being key colours in the world of fashion, paying homage to the most famous fashion designs such as Coco Chanel and the 1920s little black dress. Also alluding to the crisp, clean suits of the Savile Row, a modern and sophisticated contrast, but also very timeless. This is acting as a base of colour to accentuate the highlights of jasmine perfectly. What is unique about Wraith inspired by fashion is the 2-tone steering wheel, a first for Wraith. Unlike any other, this uses stitchless seams, where the stitch is actually hidden within the seams, inspired by fashion garments and how pattern pieces are stitched together, completely perfection personified, sorry. Many of our expert leather shop technicians have a background in tailoring, which they've applied to this. You will also notice in the doors, we've used a woven silk. Of course, silk being very unique for an automotive application. Much like a fine couture gown, we've chosen to use woven silk in the door pockets and added attention to detail that's gone into this beautiful piece, using a Spirit of Ecstasy design. Spirit of Ecstasy, of course, being the flying lady at the front of every single Rolls-Royce. At Rolls-Royce, we expect perfection, and this is precisely that. The design of the pattern is orientated at a precise 55-degree angle. Not 54, not 57, but 55 degrees. This is to align with the length of the door and the lines within the interior. An absolutely exquisite detail that Rolls-Royce pulls off perfectly in every single car. You'll also notice the welt detail along the top of the door line, which just draws your eye into the interior and to the front fascia of the car. The piano finish on the fascia, again, a very unique finish. This has taken 9 days to complete by the woodshop. The experts in the woodshop apply their knowledge and expertise to every single wood set that goes within the Rolls-Royce motor cars. In this case, we've added a hint of jasmine in the lacquer, again polished to perfection. This is to allude to the iridescence of silk and adds just a hint of colour within the interior. Now, it was once said that the only thing you should hear in a Rolls-Royce is the ticking of the clock. So this has become almost a signature piece within Rolls-Royce, handcrafted like a piece of jewellery, and backlit to also take reference from the iridescence of the silk. We've also used woven mats within the mats of the car, again a unique material that we've used, and kind of taking inspiration from fashion accessories, like a beautiful handbag to adorn your outfit. And of course, the Starlight headliner, iconic for Rolls-Royce. And also, we have, of course, the umbrella in the door, another unique feature, and a humorous way to use the umbrella within the car. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you're all as equally as inspired as I am by this motor car. Wraith Inspired by Fashion is a motor car that encompasses everything that Rolls-Royce is all about. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you. Everyone, please. A round of applause for Michelle. And a round of applause for Wraith Inspired by Fashion. Just real quick.
This is the real Tony Cohen launching
Two things. One is,
Wraith
we often
Inspired by
make reference
Fashion,
to, and all of you
Rolls-Royce, New York
of
City.
the iconic bespoke umbrella. And I think at this point, we'd like to hand it over to Michelle to show us the beautiful bespoke nature. The other point I wanted to make was on the Starlight headliner, my personal favorite. To kind of sum up here, the Starlight headliner is 1,600 individually wired LED lights. And they're not wired in a random pattern. They're wired to show you the constellation as of January 1st, 2003. Why January 1st, 2003? That was the day the first new Rolls-Royce Phantom rolled off the line. The new brand, the new cars of Rolls-Royce. So it's absolutely iconic. It is the essence of bespoke when we talk about Rolls-Royce. And as they say, really to get to know someone, you have to shake their hand, you need to sit down and have a drink with them. We all have drinks for you. We'd like you to come up and get to know throughout the evening, get to know firsthand Rolls-Royce inspired, the Wraith Inspired by Fashion. And I'd like to make one last introduction here. Eric Shepard, the president of Rolls-Royce North America, is here with us this evening. If you'd like to get a chance to speak with Eric, Eric has a lot of very inspirational background on Rolls-Royce, the Wraith, and the rest of our lineup. So with that being said, we're going to move on, invite you to enjoy the evening and talk with our people, and most of all, get to know Wraith Inspired by Fashion. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming out tonight.